Hi beauty, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Vanessa Schwenk, and today I will show you how you can beat the heat because it is freaking hot outside. I don't know where you live, but I think in most of the places right now, at least in the northern hemisphere, it is so hot right now. We had the hottest day yesterday in Germany, so it's way over, it was way over 35 degrees Celsius. It was way too hot. I couldn't handle it. And I thought maybe it's good that I share my tips on how I try to stay cool in this heat, even though in those kind of temperatures it's really hot and there's nothing that 100% works besides staying in a room that has AC, or staying somewhere like in a very, very cool place, or going for, I don't know, a swim. So yeah, but today I'm going to share 10 tips that work for me, and hopefully they work for you as well. Stay tuned for my ultimate tip at the end. This is mind-blowing. It was for me, and something that truly makes every day better from now on, especially in the heat. The first and probably the most important tip is to always stay hydrated. It is so important, and by that I don't mean any like juice or anything. Just drink water, plain water, and don't drink it too cool, because otherwise your body needs a lot of like energy to actually heat it up on like body temperature. So try to drink a lot of water because you sweat a lot, so it's very important. But I think that one's kind of obvious. The second one, if you have the possibility to use a fan or even have AC, you're blessed. I have a small fan that cools the air a little bit. It doesn't do fully the trick, but it definitely helps. So that is definitely a must, and my number 2. Sorry if you could just hear Heavy. He was not feeling it. He suffers from the heat as well. My third tip is actually to avoid any like high energy exercise. I know you can go swimming and stuff like that, totally fine, at least for me, but try to not I don't know, run a marathon in that heat. Try to avoid it, especially during midday and afternoons where it's like really hot. My fourth tip, and this is not sponsored or anything, it's just something that I actually truly love, is this Avène thermal water spray. This is it's pure gold. I have it actually in 2 sizes, so one that I can actually always put in my bag and have it with me all the time, even though it doesn't like fully do what this does. But you can also just use a spray bottle with water and just like spray it all over you. I use this, I love it, and this is actually something that my dermatologist recommended. And this is just you just like basically spray it all over you. Let it sink in. I love it so much. I'm like obsessed with this. But yeah, not sponsored, just like my own very true opinion that this is amazing. If you have the chance, go buy it. It just like cools you, and I just spray it all the time. Love it. The next tip is actually, if you go outside, try to wear light colors, white, beige, anything that isn't like black. I always feel like this helps me to not like overheat. So yeah, try to wear light colors. Same goes like if you have to go outside, don't stay out for too long, especially during midday, and usually around like 5 to 6 p.m. it's like fully got like the heat, so it's like super hot. And then afterwards, like as soon as sun kind of slowly starts to go down, then it is not as hot anymore. Try to be in the shade if that's possible with you, and don't be in the sun for too long. Always wear like hat. Try to wear as much as like sun protection as possible, green and so ever. So just try to not like burn yourself basically. If you are at home, and depending on how many windows you have and where you live, but especially if you live in the city, where it usually gets a lot like hotter than on in like rural areas, try to close any curtains or blinds. Try really to make it as dark as possible so the sunlight doesn't really come in, especially if you have windows facing the south side. That's so important, and that's what actually like I've known from like a young age, to always make everything dark and just try to open the windows super early in the day or super late at night. But other than that, close everything, make it shut, make it super dark. Sometimes it's a bit sad because you're literally sitting in the summer in a complete dark at home, but it actually helps with heat a lot. The next one is sometimes not possible, but try to turn off any electronics and lights as much as possible, just because they like generate heat, which is kind of obvious. Try not to use a dryer, which makes heat, or even sometimes laptops, they like when they overheat, it's like super hot. Try to not use them as like if you can. I know sometimes like also like a washing machine, you have to wash your clothes, but sometimes, I mean, that gets like super hot. The next tip, and that's my 9th tip already, is something that I feel like is probably the most important tip, is to be self-aware and to do what is best for you, what works for you, and just try to listen to your body. Try to make sure that you are in tune and that you know. Try to, you know, just listen to you. And if you feel like, okay, I'm getting a little bit dizzy, try to eat something light, try to drink water, try to go in the shade, try to stay inside, try to cool off, maybe take like a cool shower or anything like that. Just do whatever works for you and do whatever feels right for you. And also look at around you, look at your always like friends, family, especially like elderly people, and try to see if you know how they're feeling and how they're doing, because during that heat it's so easy to like overheat and to not listen to your body. Yeah, so be self-aware and do what is best for you. And if it's staying inside for a whole day, then do that. Like, don't feel pushed that you have to go outside just because it's summer. It's totally okay to stay inside in that heat, and you know, don't have any kind of like FOMO or anything. I know it, I get it, but if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. I personally love to stay inside in summer, especially during like midday and afternoon. I try to go outside early in the mornings or at night where it's cool down, but I just can't deal with that heat that well. So I'm not going outside, even though sometimes that means that maybe I'm not there doing anything fun during the day, but I can do it in the morning and afternoon. So now, I spoiled it in the beginning, but now comes my ultimate tip. And when I first got that, it's like so simple, but sometimes you don't see the simple things. It changed everything. You know, in the winter time, I always use a hot water bottle if I'm cold. Why not use the hot water bottle with cold water? So I have my super simple hot water bottle, and I filled it with ice cold water, and it's the best lovely cooling machine you can get. And I just like sit there with it, and sometimes even put my feet on and put it in my neck, anything that like helps me cool down. Also, you can take this and lay it in your bed at night before you go and sleep, so it's like very cool, or even like have it next to you while you're sleeping, anything like that. This literally changed everything for me, and it's so simple and it's so doable for like everyone. Not so sure if you can take it wherever you want to go, but I mean, you do you. Take it in the park if you want it. This is so good, and it actually keeps the cold a lot, like long time inside. So I absolutely love this. This is my personal best tip that I could probably share right now. It's so simple, so doable. Hot water bottles aren't that expensive to buy, and they're like versatile. You can use them now all year round, and this is something that really changed it for me, especially if you don't have an AC, or you know, if you also you want to be outside on your balcony or on your terrace, but you want to have something that actually cools you down. So those were my 10 tips. I really hope they help you to try and stay cool in this heat, and hopefully those tips is something new for you. And let me know in the comments if you have any other tips, and enjoy the summer, enjoy the heat as much as you can, and don't be afraid to stay inside. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.